Hey guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new Hennessy 775 Venom F-150. And a huge thanks to Zach and the rest of the management and staff here at Elder Ford in Tampa, Florida for making this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car or truck in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Zach. And for those of you guys who don't know, a great man by the name of John Hennessy has been modifying the crap out of cars for the past 31 years now. Starting off with the Dodge Viper, his 650 Dodge Viper series was one of the first modified cars under the Hennessy name, eventually transitioning into his own supercar, the Hennessy Venom, which was one of the fastest cars in the world for a few years. Basically taking a super lightweight Lotus Exige body and stuffing a twin-turbo V8, making 1,250 horsepower, top speed over 260 miles an hour. And ever since then, the Hennessy name has been one of the more famous in the aftermarket modification class for vehicles. Here, the Hennessy Venom 775 F-150, based on the all-new 14th generation F-150 ultra-lightweight chassis and body compared to vehicles like the Ram TRX, we're saving over 650 pounds compared to a Ram TRX, so this is a much quicker truck, doing 0 to 60 in the high 3s, low 4s. Although this is not a Ford production car, you can't expect the same warranty as you would necessarily from a Ram TRX. This will still blow the doors off the TRX while still costing around the same, at around 100,000 bucks. Let's see what we get. So up front, you notice your full LED headlamps that we get on all 14th generation F-150s. We get the light bar up top above the Ford badge with a forward-facing camera, the Venom bumper style with the forward parking sensors and additional light beneath, which is a rigid light. It says Venom on it, and this is very stiff, full steel. High and low beam LED lights with a daytime running strip. You see your fender flares for this Venom edition F-150. Massive tires. We'll take a step over here and take a look at them real quick. Daytime runners and additional LED fog lights on the bumper as well. Side sensing, we get the full 360. These wheel and tires are really impressive. Here we get these Toyo RT High Country all-terrain tires. These are 35s on 20-inch rims, 12.50 inches wide too. These are massive, massive wheels. I kind of wish we had larger brakes, although I did take this car out for a little bit of a drive, this truck out for a little bit of a drive just to get to this parking lot, and the brakes didn't feel very squishy. They actually felt relatively firm. The suspension lift, you guys can take a look. We get the Fox racing shocks too. Super cable off-road. We get the 4x4 American flag, and the 4x4 is really useful because in two-wheel drive, 775 horsepower, 680 pound-feet of torque, this thing's going to smoke the crap out of those rear tires. We have smart access for the driver and a front passenger, LED turn signal on the mirror, zone lighting, and an additional camera for your 360, blind spot monitoring on the glass. The mirrors aren't quite as big as the new Silverado or the Ram trucks, but still a pretty solid size glass. As we mentioned, smart access, we get the touchpad that Ford provides, which is nice. So if you go to the beach, you don't want to take your keys out of the car because you learn your lesson one too many times losing your keys in the sand. You can leave them in the truck and use your keypad to lock it up. Blacked out B-pillar, no shiny chrome anywhere. Everything is body color for the upper window trim. No push to open for the gas cap, but you still don't have to pull any latches inside. Easy fuel. I'm recommending premium fuel with this supercharged V8. Hennessy badge. Fox Racing shock out rear leaf springs. You can get a good look at your differential, which is starting to rust a little bit of surface rust, but not a big deal. The brand new 2022 F-150 Platinum we reviewed in this channel had the same thing. You see your spare tire. It's not an all-terrain like we have here. Unfortunately, kind of wish that it was, but it's still nice to get the spare tire nevertheless. Fox suspension, again, as you mentioned, same rear wheel and tire setup. Only difference is a smaller brake caliper. The taillights are incandescent, not LED, but we do get the LED reverse light, LED brake light in the lower corners too. That's aftermarket coming on your Hennessy package. Rear parking sensors on your aluminum or steel bumper. Shout out Elder Ford here in Tampa, Florida for making this review possible. Hennessy badge F-150 Venom 775. As far as the tailgate, we have zone lighting and a camera, so we can drop this hydraulically assisted tailgate. I'm liking this measurements, which is useful for a job site. You take out this step, which is pretty convenient, not quite as convenient as what we get from GM in their Silverado and Sierra, but compared to Ram, this is still an improvement. You can pull out the grab handle, and as far as like access into the tailgate, pretty easy, really not tough at all. We get an additional camera on your third brake light, fifth window, and a roll and lock tonneau cover. So this you just pull and it basically retracts all by itself. We'll leave it open for the purpose of this review. We get LED lighting in the corners, tie downs, but it is starting to rain. We'll hop out of this tailgate. We get the AC adapter in the corner, 120 volt AC. But other than that, we can hop out of this tailgate pretty convenient with the step and the grab handle. It's hard to put the stick away with one hand, but we'll try our best to do it and just put it away. Same thing with the step. Pop the tailgate back up. I'm liking the rear styling, and the F-150 badge has a nice reflective chrome, smoke chrome theme to it. You can see my reflection through it. But other than that, tow hitch, I'll leave a link right here, show you what this truck's ready to tow. Aftermarket performance Hennessy exhaust system, which sounds really good. And speaking of the exhaust, let's fire up this supercharged 5-liter V8 and hear how she sounds. Alright guys, that was of course the sound of the supercharged 5-liter V8 sold by Ford and modified by Hennessy for this 2021 F-150 14th gen. But we can pop this hood right up. Thumbs up for the hydraulic struts. And here you have it, your supercharged 5-liter with a 3-liter supercharger over a 5-liter V8, making 775 horsepower, 680 pound-feet of torque, enough to get this truck to 60 around 4 seconds, maybe even quicker if you get a good launch. But what you see is basically what you get. You don't have any strut tower braces like we get in the Silverados or the Sierras, but we'll check out the handling once we take it out for a drive. We can shut this hood right up, take another step back. I'm loving those light patterns with the middle lights, corner, daytime runners, and full LEDs for the headlamps. As far as the interior, also impressive. This Hennessy has an upgraded interior. This is based off of just an XLT F-150, but the XLT that this is based on is a pretty loaded version. We get the soft stitching up top, leather armrest, the grab handle for the doors right here, good resistance, auto one touch for both of the front windows. As far as the glass, we get dual pane. Silverados and Sierras don't get dual pane, even for their top, well, higher trims. The ZR2 doesn't get dual pane windows, neither does the AT4X. Power folding mirrors, 4-way adjustable, lock and unlock, 2 tiers of storage, massive storage beneath. You're fitting at least a foot long, and a 20-ounce bottle of water or anything. Bang & Olufsen sound system, and it sounds really impressive. So this is an XLT, but it's pretty loaded for an XLT. Power seats, power lumbar recline, drop, lift, and slide. Power running boards too, which is super convenient for this lifted truck on these massive 35s. But taking a step inside, we can check out this interior overall. So overall, basically an XLT, but it's still very nice interior with this Bang & Olufsen sound system. I'm liking how we get the soft stitching for the upper part of the door panel, and this is a hard touch dashboard. A lot of the time you see manufacturers use a soft touch dashboard but hard touch for the door panel, and it's nice to see Ford did it the other way around for the areas that you actually will be touching. The steering wheel, pretty thick. I'm liking the grips on it. The 10-2 bolstering notches are bigger than most of the other full-size trucks. Nice 6 o'clock spoke with some wood grain trim inside of it. Radar cruise control, lane keep assist, and active steering, volume adjustments, cruise control speed, hill descent control, and voice commands. On the right side, you can return, adjust this infotainment cluster. Up front, menu, skip your songs, and hang up your phone calls. Massive touchscreen too. We'll take a look at that in 1 second. As far as this little heads-up cluster, we have My View, trip, fuel, trunk info, which is pretty, or truck info, I'm sorry. So here you get to see your seatbelts, lets you know who is wearing one and who isn't. Towing, navigation, phone, audio, and overall settings. So you can adjust quite a bit. You get a digital speedo beneath, our coolant temperature, oil pressure, transmission temperature, and gas level, all in the top gauges. About 6,700 for the tachometer, 120 for the speedometer, and that's about it for this display. To the left of the steering wheel, we get our zone lighting, tailgate drop. It doesn't go back up. It's not an electric tailgate, but it is hydraulic. Our bed lights and our overall headlight functions, interior lighting as well. Our electronic parking brake here. This button, not quite sure what this controls. Let me know in the comment section because I can't really tell. Maybe it's like an interior zone light at night. But anyway, lower left corner, you can open up your hood, get a good look at your pedals, tilt and telescoping steering wheel, rain sensing wipers, which is actually surprising, especially for an XLT. I really was not expecting auto rain sensing wipers. The turn signal stocks are pretty satisfying to click. And the touchscreen. Here we get the massive 12-inch display. You press the navigation button and it shows us our screen, which has excellent response, similar to what we had in the Bronco that we just reviewed in this channel. I may actually post this video before the Bronco, but not quite sure yet. Up top, auto start stop. You can get a look at your cameras. We get a forward-facing camera, 360, which is really nice. The resolution is truly excellent. You press one more time, you return right back to where you were. As far as the backup camera, you can put the car into reverse, and it's also a really high resolution screen with a 360 right next to it. So huge thumbs up to Ford, loving their screens. Throw it right back into park, and we return right back to our home screen. Very impressive. We also get the towing screen, which shows us a checklist. You can add a trailer and your trailer connection notification with trailer sway control. Apps, of course, we get Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, navigation, audio, overall settings. You can see what could be adjusted. And your features. The features include driver assistance, zone lighting, towing, and your owner's manual. But that's about it for the touchscreen. The adjustments on this right side, you can see your audio, navigation in a smaller screen, Bluetooth, Trip 1 information, fuel economy, eco behavior, and your zone lighting. All on this screen. You press the button in the corner and you can just flick through it a little bit more conveniently. Clock and temperature outside. Traction control you can disable. Bang & Olufsen sound system up top. Pretty frameless for the rear view mirror. It's not truly frameless. We don't get a camera mirror, but it is auto dimming, which is nice. We get the sunglass holder with the Hennessy Venom serial number 25, built in Texas, USA. So 1 out of 20, well, not 1 of 25. This is the 25th Venom 775 built by Hennessy for the 2021 model year. Beneath, we get our 2 high, 4 high, and 4 low. We'll start the review off in 2 high for most of the driving, but when we do our acceleration runs, especially off the line, obviously we're going to be in 4 high because this thing will just blow the tires right off with the 775 horsepower. Trailer brake controller beneath with the Pro Trailer modes. As far as the drive mode select, you push this button and that locks your rear axle actually. So that's your locking rear axle, the drive modes. You can adjust between normal mode, eco mode, tow haul mode, slippery, deep sand and snow, mud, ruts. So deep sand, snow, and mud ruts, it puts the vehicle into 4-wheel drive high and locks your rear differential. So definitely do not drive in those modes on the street. We also get eco mode and we get sport mode. So we'll start this review off in normal mode, transition into sport, and just see what the differences are. And our accelerations will be in 4-wheel drive because we don't want to just waste all the tires in this dealership car. Dual zone auto climate control, heated seats, no cooled seats, wouldn't really be expected on an XLT. Volume adjustments, tuning controls, media controls as well. 12 volt and an AC adapter, 400 watt max, 120 volt. Ton of space, no wireless charging pad, although that is available as an option. USB port and a USB-C. Gear selector controls your 10-speed auto transmission. Manual shift controls on the gear selector itself. Nice little spot for a phone. Pass through in the cup holders, also a good spot for a phone. The armrest is a very soft red contrasted leather, and we get the workspace. So you press this button and the gear selector hides itself away, which allows us to open up our table. So you can eat some snacks on here, have a laptop computer which is plugged into your AC adapter if you're working on a job site. So super convenient. Big thumbs up to Ford. Definitely an innovative design. As far as the cubby itself, pretty large when it comes to space. You'll probably fit 5, maybe 6 iPhones in this tray. Fit a bunch of coins and business cards up top. The space itself, massive. You're fitting at least a bowling ball. You might fit 2. You can see your USB and USB-C port, and the cubby is lit. But to put this thing right back, we can shut this cubby. The glove box, the lower tier, is pretty large, not lined with felt. I'd expect you to fit at least 20, maybe 25 license plates. If that's not enough, you get an additional tier, which is larger than both the Silverado and the Ram. It's a little bit deeper than both. You probably fit a shoe in there. If you're up to like a size 12, you'll fit a shoe. Probably fit like 5, maybe 6 pairs of gloves. It's impressive, guys. As we mentioned, the rear view mirror is not frameless, but it is auto dimming. We get the moonroof, and this is how you open up your 5th window. But as far as the moonroof, this glass looks like it's pretty large. The first tier goes all the way out to the 2nd row, and the glass folds underneath the 2nd panel, which is also a premium touch. Let's see if it goes any further. It does. Wow, so that opens up really far. We can poke our way out. It's a pretty humid and hot day in Tampa, Florida. It's like rainy and 85 with like 100% humidity. So we'll close the sunroof right up. The shade opens a little bit further. We can check it out and leave the shade open so when we hop out back, you can get a good sense of how much light is brought into the cabin with this moonroof. Before we hop out back, we can take a look at the original window sticker for this truck. Starting off as a 2021 F-150 4x4 with the Super Crew, 145-inch wheelbase, 5-liter V8 engine with a 10-speed auto with tow mode, carbonized gray metallic with a black sport interior. Exterior includes the daytime runners. Well, standard features, you guys can pause, take a look at all of these. The base price in the XLT is $43,800, but we have $14,000 in total options, starting with the $5,700 302A equipment group, which includes Sync 4, LED side mirror spotlights, remote start, and LED box lighting. $2,000 for the 5.0, 373 electronic locking rear axle for $570, $880 for the tow package, $750 for the Ford Co-Pilot 360 Assist 2.0, $1,500 for the moonroof, $350 for the sliding rear window, $165 for the work surface, $80 for the box link, $610 for the Bang & Olufsen sound system, which is pretty good value, $215 for the partition lockable storage, $430 for the tailgate step, $445 for the extended 36-gallon fuel tank, $300 for the XLT Sport Appearance Package, and $180 for the wheel well liner. So total price after a $1,700 destination charge and after discounts is $57,445. So pretty expensive for an XLT, but this is a loaded truck. After the supercharger and the performance goodies by Hennessy, expect the total price to be sitting closer to $100,000. But that's about it for the interior and features, at least for the front of this Hennessy 775 Venom F-150. Let's check out the back seat, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the materials. All right, guys, stepping in the back seat of the Hennessy 775 Venom F-150. We get the soft stitching up top, leather for the armrest. I'm liking this gray metallic trim too. Small cup holder, Bang & Olufsen sound system, 2-tier storage, massive storage beneath. You're easily fitting a full-long 20-ounce and some snacks right next to it. The running board goes out pretty low. The running board is made from AMP Research. The rear seats still have that the red suede Alcantara stitching to it, and you can fold the seats up. Not quite as difficult as it is with the GM trucks either. We get the lockable partition too. It's going to be tough to access with the other seat up. But now that we got the other seat lifted up, you can open this and throw some grocery bags pretty easily. It's a good spot for that if you don't want to throw it into your tailgate, and you get some pretty decent storage here too. Throw some grocery bag. And since we get a relatively flat floor, in an emergency situation, you can lay a sleeping bag and a pillow down here and spend the night in the back of your Hennessy 775 Venom F-150. We can drop these seats, take a step inside. Again, I'm 6 feet tall, a little bit over 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings, and wow. All full-size trucks have ridiculous legroom out back. Here is no exception. I have at least 10 to 12 inches of extra space. Mat pockets behind both of the front seats. 12-volt USB and USB-C, as well as an additional AC adapter. So we get 3 AC adapters in this truck. Air vents only for the console. We don't get any air vents in the B-pillars or above our face. As far as the interior lighting, LED. Ton of light brought into the cabin thanks to this massive panoramic moonroof. The center cubby, we do not get one, which is odd. One of the first trucks I've seen with no center cubby out rear. Not the biggest deal though. We have 2 cup holders and a rectangular spot, which is pretty nice for a phone or a pack of cigarettes. But other than that, that's about it for the interior and exterior of this 2022 F-150 Hennessy Venom 750, or 2021. Sorry guys, but as far as the exterior, we'll walk around one more time. It is such a menacing looking truck. Compared to the Ram TRX, I think this looks just as aggressive, but as far as performance, this thing will absolutely blow the doors of both the Ram TRX, the Raptor, and the Chevy ZR2, to be expected. Once Chevy throws the LT4 engine into the ZR2 and the AT4X, maybe it'll compete better with trucks like this and the Ram TRX, but in the meantime, this is definitely the king when it comes to high performance, off-road capable, full-size trucks. But that's about it though for the interior and exterior, guys. Let's take this Hennessy Venom 775 F-150 out for a drive. Alright guys, now we've just about seen everything we need to see with the inside and outside of this 775 Hennessy F-150. Let's take it out for a drive. And the first thing I notice is the super commanding view of the road. Oh, people coming in and out of the dealership really quickly. But okay, taking a step out, the gas pedal is also very sensitive. We'll start off in two-wheel drive, but ooh, very sensitive gas pedal. But all right, we got a couple twisties coming up. The steering feels sharp. It feels sharper than the Ram. It doesn't quite feel sharper than a GM truck, but very solid steering feel. The ride quality is fantastic with these super beefy 35s and the shock, or the Fox off-road shocks. Right here, big bumps, boom. With these tires, this truck feels just as composed and luxurious as a Ram truck, but the Ram truck feels like that without these super beefy tires. The Ram TRX probably has unbelievable ride quality. All right, looks like we have a good opportunity to try an acceleration off the line. We'll throw it into four-wheel drive high. And okay, four-wheel drive high on the gas. Oh my God. Woo! Yeah, this thing can just take off. What a beast. Oh my God, I got a little wheel spin there with these almost 800 horsepower, so not surprising. Wow, what a beast. And just stepping back out, two-wheel drive on the gas. Oh. We don't even get wheel spin. This thing puts the power down. I mean, it's a very heavy truck, so I would expect it to put the power down relatively well, but good God, this thing just grips and rips. All right, guys, taking a step out onto this multiple lane highway, we can open up this monster one more time and on the gas. Oh, yeah, we get to speed so quickly. This is such a fast truck. Even in two-wheel drive, it's surprising at how well it actually puts the power down. And just cruising along at the highway speeds, quiet, you don't hear much tire noise. You hear a tiny bit of tire noise. You hear a tiny bit of that 5-liter supercharged V8 with that 3-liter supercharger, and that whine once you lean into the gas is absolutely glorious. But we'll turn around, head back to Elder Ford in Tampa, Florida, and again, huge thanks to them for helping me get the keys to this absolutely glorious pickup truck. The turning radius is probably not going to be very impressive. I think we'll have a better chance if we just turn around like this. That'll probably be our only hope of turning around, and looks like we're good to step out. Not just gonna floor it, we don't want to spin the tires, but on the gas. Nice. And as far as like sport mode, we'll see what the differences are. Sport mode, cool. The revs stay. Oh, we get some automatic rev matches in sport. That's pretty cool. Yep, as we slow down, the transmission downshifts us. So that's different than in normal mode, but other than that, really not that many differences. But as soon as this road clears up a little bit, I'll catch right back with you. And yeah, in sport mode, I feel the gas pedal is much more sensitive. You barely touch it, you can start to hear that supercharger begin spooling up. All right, guys, off the line, four-wheel drive high, on the gas. Oh my God. Whew. You saw that kid over there giving you a thumbs up flying by, but wow, this thing's a beast. All right, guys, one time in sport mode, four-wheel drive high, on the gas. Oh. It feels faster in sport. It actually felt faster in sport. Was not expecting that. But good God, is this thing a beast. I would 100% recommend anybody looking for a high performance luxury truck. This is only an XLT. I understand that there are much higher trims. And now in sport mode, we are holding our gears. We're holding around 3,000 RPM. Like, hear that supercharger whine. And you can hear a little blow off too once you hop off of that gas pedal. I'm loving it. It's not quite as luxurious as a like Ram TRX or even a Raptor, but if you did the Hennessy package with a Lariat or a Platinum or a King Ranch or even a Limited, it would clearly be much more luxurious than even the TRX. This is such an incredible truck. I'm loving every single moment of it. All in all, I had a great time making this video, guys. I want to give a huge thank you to Zach at Elder Ford for helping me get the keys to this absolute monster of a truck. If you're in the market for a new car or truck in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking out Elder Ford in Tampa and ask for Zach. Other than that, though, I want to give a huge thanks to all of you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know I have endless gratitude for all the subscribers. You know, the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate all the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars or trucks you'd like to see reviewed in this channel too. And I'll definitely try to get those videos for you as soon as possible. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.